Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Mic with your host, Avery, and our co-host, Nancy. Welcome back to the show. It is today's date is October 22nd of 2025. Time right now is 6:36 p.m. Today, really, I'm thinking of today's episode really just being witty banter in a sense. We're picking pretty much.
You, me, nah. How does that even happen?
I know. Last episode we touched on a lot of on boring stuff like politics. We touched up on a lot of that. It's getting boring now, but we touched on a lot of the nostalgia factors for a lot of places like the Gurney Mills Mall here in Illinois, and even some of the images that I found from a few years ago. I know in the last episode I didn't get to really show them, but it's kind of neat to kind of think of what the place used to look like really before 2013. Like, the one thing I don't understand, is why did it have to remodel it in 2013 when it was in its peak? Gurney Mills was in its peak by then, or I don't know if it was peak it was peak like in your time, I guess.
I think it's had ebb and flows. I mean, it was really popular when it opened in what was it, 1990 or 1991?
Yeah, it originally opened in August of 91.
Yeah, I think on my birthday. We'll find out.
So there's this.
August 8th?
Was it August 8th? Let me see.
I think so.
It was. Yes, August 8th of 1991.
My birthday, I turned 11.
How old is this mall anyway? Like
my
30
age
years
minus
old?
11. Oh goodness.
Wow, that mall is 34 years old, and it's crazy that it's still, going strong.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because it's like, if you look at, like, for example, if you look at the Belvedere Discount Mall, it's semi thriving, I would say. It's not what it used to be back in like the 80s or the 70s.
Oh yeah, no, of course not.
Because it's different now than it was before, only because a lot of stores have come and gone, which is another factor in that.
Yeah. Remember, and they had the Planet restaurant, Planet Hollywood.
That was an actual restaurant?
They had a Planet Hollywood in Gurney Mills.
So this is one of the images. It does not show a year on it, though.
No, Planet Hollywood, like the franchise that was owned by Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They had like Planet Hollywood restaurant. I think there's still one in Vegas, but there used to be a long time ago a Planet Hollywood in Gurney Mills. It was pretty crazy.
August 11th of.
Yeah, I think they displayed like a leather jacket worn from the Terminator movie, and they'd have like a few different things from movies and stuff. Yeah.
This is the article I have pulled up. It says updated August 11th is 21.
Oh, well, it's been gone a lot longer than.
Because it says the published date was October 12th of 99.
Okay, yeah, then it probably closed by then, but it was in the 90s. it was there. It was really cool.
In the good old 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I
Good
wish
old
I was.
90s.
Man, I wish I was a part of the 90s.
You wish you were a part of the 90s?
Yes. I wish
Okay.
I grew up in the 90s at
No,
that
no.
point.
Why? Just like don't go into like a really long diatribe. Like if you had to tell somebody like real quick, like why you wish you like lived in the 90s. Your sales pitch, like straight to it. Why?
Well, that's a good one.
Well, you're doing
Honestly,
good so far.
it's honestly more. I'm not going to say for the nostalgia because, like, I didn't really grow up on a lot of the things that were 90s esque, I guess. I grew up on stuff that was way, obviously, before my time. I guess I should say I'm stealing your line there. Um, but I
Pretty
would say it's
naughty.
more just to be able to experience the stuff that I guess I never got to experience. Being able to
Okay.
roam through older versions of like the malls, see all like the cool shops, and
Uh,
really take in all that scenery that was once alive, which is now, I guess, dead in a sense.
yeah. That I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. I know like now there's a resurgence in collectors, like people wanting like a room full of 90s stuff. And have you seen those memes of like those nostalgia like Instagram pages or whatever, and they'll have like the VHSs and the VH
Yeah,
player and like some crazy old movie poster on the wall behind it and a troll doll and you know what I mean, like a can, like a Pepsi can from 1992 and a Doritos bag from 1992 or something. It's crazy. So I can totally see like where people have that nostalgia for a certain part, like that they wish to connect to or missed or never got to experience and want to kind of
right.
snatch up what they can, you know? Yeah. I don't know, that's kind of went a little bit off, but I would agree. I think the 90s were pretty fun. I was kind of just being razzled, like, oh, why
Razzle
would you?
dazzled.
Yeah, why would you want to be, and then, experience the 90s or whatever. Um, I thought they were great. What I really liked about it is that when you got off the bus or the bell rang and you got out of school, if you walked, then it was a whole different world, you know. You
Right.
didn't have to deal with social media and texting and, cell phones and stuff like that. It was, you got to be a kid longer, I think, without worrying
Yeah.
about what people thought or where people were, you know, at or, what they're doing and you're excluded, that kind of thing, like 24/7, you're just plugged in and you're this little, little teen, you can't help yourself but compare yourself to like, yeah, I'm glad that I grew up without that. So when I got off the bus, it was just, home and neighbors and kids who lived in the street, which was I didn't hang out with them in school. We didn't hang out in school, but we hung out after school because we lived close to each other. I don't know.
Honestly, even like for me, I don't know. It's like my mom even like I've even brought this up to my mom as well. I was like, I'd rather be in like the 80s or the 90s. She's like, why? And I'm like, cause like I want to experience all the stuff that you didn't get to that I didn't like. I want to experience all the stuff that you got to experience. I guess like because a lot of the places that like the businesses, restaurants, whatever that you guys had aren't a thing anymore. So that's where I'm like, if I could turn back the clock, I would be able to experience that kind of stuff. I guess
Makes sense. Look how bright it is.
that's I can't remember what store is there now, actually. This is from
Did that
August 5th.
did that used to be Levi's? Levi
I'm
Levi wherever Levi is, it used to be gigantic. And you see this part where it's like really open. It's part of the mall
right
that's
here
like really open.
or right here.
Well, the whole
The whole. Oh yeah, this whole
Because you
like.
know how you have your aisles, and then
Yes.
you've got sections where it's like much wider and open floor space. There was there was a time where there was like this gigantic kiosk of like troll dolls, and then like those fancy dolls with like the painted faces and the blinky eyes, and um yeah, there was like weird stuff like that.
I have no idea. I don't remember ever seeing those actually in the mall before.
They must have did away with them at some point, obviously. But yeah, they had it. I remember shopping for like a troll doll because I had a little collection of troll dolls in like 91, 92, and they would have like tons of them. It's pretty cool. I think we've like lost everybody.
No, it's like okay. You know what's funny? I literally just realized that my audio is like, or it's the whole issue with the interview that I had with Dan Mackey all over again.
Oh no.
Let me double check. So quick intermission, y'all. I guess it's a
BRB.
lot. Let me see. I have no idea if I have to check.
That would suck, huh?
No, that it's like uh it'd be something, but that's where I'm like, I don't know why my computer does that. I don't know why my computer defaults to that for some reason. Let me see if there is... No, I don't want to click stop there. Let me see. I know I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops. Because the unfortunate thing about, like, for example, like streaming services, is like the cool thing is I can go in, rewatch everything. Bad part is at least right now, because it streams to let me see if there's do that. Probably not.
Because
Well,
if what, yeah.
because the last thing I can do, I guess, Microsoft, I hate you. I hate Microsoft for that. Because like originally, at some point, I don't know if it kind of still does this. I don't know if it was like with a different program that we had used in the past. I know the last 2 episodes we used, I think, StreamYard.
Okay.
I think, yeah, we used StreamYard the last time. So I'm just more surprised that it does that, I guess, without me
Yeah.
doing any changes. I miss this arcade though.
Well, I wasn't around.
No, on sale. What's on sale? What is on sale? Nothing. Oh,
Blowout
it's just
sale.
blowout sale. I just realized that as well. DNC is no longer
Are we alive
there.
again? Are we back? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Deet, deet, deet.
Oh yeah, there is. No, I don't think. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Side.
Zooming in.
But then you don't see the dates that the picture were taken, assuming that's correct. Oriental Gifts.
I didn't. Is this by like? This is. I think this is by like where Burlington is.
Oh wait, stop it! Come on! Look, look, look. Sorry, I'm like, see the barn in the background there?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's
Oh,
kind of by where my
oops.
favorite science shop was. I couldn't stop talking about before. I think the science shop is not there anymore because it wasn't called Oriental Gifts, but I don't remember an Oriental Gifts. Well, maybe I do. Holy smokes. I never bought anything in there though.
I didn't even know that at least that existed. I'm kind of surprised at the same time. I'm trying to figure out where the track is for that barn.
Yeah, I think it goes down a little while and turns around and comes back.
Or
Isn't there like a food court nearby?
around, like, within this area. Yes, this is, I think, through entrance J, I think. Again, neon signage. I miss that. I miss it. They modernized this Burlington. I hate the fact that they modernized it.
Wow.
Was
Extreme.
this looks to be kind of by like Bass Pro a little bit, because it has like the same like outdoor facade as like Bass Pro.
I think it's right. Is it right by an exit? Like,
Looks to be a little bit.
I don't know. If you had like a map right by you, it seems like around the corner where like Movado was.
This store is still around. The
Dollar
specific
World.
one, Dollar World, that's still around.
Hmm.
Ahmed Jewelry or Owid Ahmed Drinkside.
And I told you I worked at County Seat.
Yes.
Ugliest jeans, like mom jeans and sweaters. Look like you'd be in a Sears catalog or something, / Eddie Bauer at a
I
discount.
love Eddie Bauer.
Hmm.
Oh, what did I just do? I think this they probably moved over to where there is.
Okay, yeah. I am curious as to what took up that space back when they opened. I wish I looked
I'm
into
not
that
sure. I
because
know this part where the
that's a lot of big
stage is.
space. That stage, I don't believe that's. I don't know if that stage was there when the mall first opened. I mean, that's a big open space there. What was that? It couldn't just be. I don't know. There were parts throughout the walkway where there would be like, I don't know if there was like a rug or just different colored tile that kind of gave the rug vibe, and then they
Right.
had like lounge chairs and lamps like you were in somebody's living room with a freaking TV. It was weird. It was such a weird, cool concept.
You don't notice what I'm doing?
No, I'm pretty daft.
I miss that kind of signage right there. I miss
Uh,
that.
the 90s signs.
Dream shots. Oh, it's a port. Man, I wish we
Or
still had that.
is this like a search, like pictures with neon signs? Like Gurney Mills images, neon signs? Because there's a neon sign in every image I can
That I've
see in
shown
this
so
little
far.
and I'm like, did you put that in the search bar, you goofball?
And I just searched up
Fibs.
Gurney Mills Mall 2000.
2000s. Let's go like
I miss Shoppers World.
in the 1990s.
It was replaced by a stupid Floor and Decker. Come on, that's sort of stupid. Like we already have like a Menards. We have a Home Depot. Like why do we need more hardware stores?
You have a
Well,
Menards. There's a Menards in Gurney Mills now?
it's right
Oh,
in. It's
wow.
kind of right by the Denny's off of Grand.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, not attached to the mall. 'Cause I'm like, that's on the other side of 132.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Yep.
Is that the track you're talking about? Right where my mouth is?
Are you talking?
Yeah. I was probably a bit far from the mic, but I was saying, is that like the track that you're referring to for the barn?
I think so. Yeah, because you see how the illusion is where it looks like the doors are opening, but it's the whole front of that box
Mhm.
that's going to open. So, yeah, the track can be that black way up high up there.
I'm glad we still have
Yes. You
this.
remember that? Oh, when they
Yes.
opened up the movie theater and it was that giant hallway of mirrors. The people who had to clean that every day, bless their. I can't hear you, dude.
I am here. Wait, I think mine on like,
I got a funny story about
yeah.
the Gurney Mills movie theater. When it's not nostalgia, but when Terrifier 3 came out, which is not a family-friendly movie, it was like in October last year. At the
Right.
last minute, I decided to do my face like the Terrifier, and I had
Really? Or
this hat. I had this hat, and it was a Nightmare Before Christmas hat, a Santa hat, and it had like kind of like a long, kind of creaky, crooked tassel thing, and it had a built-in beard. And I'm like, that looked so much like the commercials for or the previews for that movie. And I was like, oh, if I could just take the tag off that says Nightmare Before Christmas and then
Christmas.
trim the beard and put some red on there. And then I totally nailed it and I did my makeup and I went I went the night that the movie came out to Gurney Mills movie theater, and I went in character. I didn't have a costume on, like, because I didn't think that far in advance. It was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this because I don't know. I listen to whatever my brain tells me to do.
Right.
Makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, I stayed in character, and people were like freaking out. People were asking for pictures with me. Like, even the security guard, the off-duty police officer, he was like really cool about it.
Even the officer did that?
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, I didn't even know that they had an officer at the movie theater to begin with. But yeah, we made fast friends. He was cool, but yeah, it was a wild time. I had fun.
A real wild time.
Yes.
I haven't even seen the Terrifier movie series. I've seen like the Kill Count series from
Oh, I
Dead
don't even
Meat.
know what that is. What is it? A
It's
show?
like, yeah, it's kind of like, it's an internet web series. They essentially, what they do is they tally up really just the deaths. So they tally up the deaths in all the horror movies you can think of, like A Nightmare on Elm Street,
Okay. I know
the
what you
Child's
mean.
Play series, and things like that. So I know they did like the Terrifier series. They did the first one. They did, I think, Hallows Eve, and then they did Terrifiers 2 and 3.
I mean, I don't think he has a really high kill count compared to Jason or Michael Myers.
Yeah, probably not. I feel like Art's pretty tame, I guess.
I think the way that they make that kind of a movie successful with all the gore that it contains is, I think, by focusing on a couple characters instead of it just being like kind of like big budget rando, like lots of people, and you don't need to remember their names. I think
Right.
I think that's how they get away with the gore with Terrifier too. I mean, and David Howard Thornton, the guy
Yeah.
actor who plays him is amazing. But I think that's why, so they keep a small count that way.
I'm trying to figure out what am I doing with my keyboard.
I'm not quite sure.
I still love how the part of the movie theater looks, or at least like the exit towards it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I miss all of this, like this central seating area. They don't have this anymore. It's all of this is just an open walkway. They got
Wow.
rid of this. They got rid of like the car promos and stuff like that. This vending machine is no longer there,
Now, do you
but
see
all of this is
kind
open
of
space.
like it's like dark in the background, like there was something like a shop or something there? I think that used to be like it was like a cap store, like for hats
Something like that. Or
or newspapers or something.
I remember it being a Sprint store for a while because this is
Well,
right
but
by.
I'm thinking 90s, like earlier 90s. They weren't advertising cell phones.
That's true.
So like my brain when I look at this is like I'm like imagining what did it look like back in my childhood when it first opened.
Yeah. I just know that space here, at least what was the Sprint store, is now being used for like. It was once used as an arcade, a mini arcade during the pandemic. Then it was used, or it is currently being used as like the Primark interview center. So it's being used as for that specifically.
Now, how often do you go to the mall here to like know these things?
Not much, actually. I know I went recently with my family, just to kind of go goof around. I know the shoe department store, the Shoe Depot, is no longer in business. At least in the mall itself, they probably ended their lease. So Spirit Halloween took that vacant store and is using it for this season.
Okay.
So that's what I do know as well. I know the Primark store that took the former Bed Bath and Beyond that is opening hopefully soon. Hopefully And I mean that genuinely, like, hopefully soon. I know this here, I think, if my memory serves me right, this is now a play area, like a little, like, playground that charges you money just to bring your littles to the... Why did you scare me, cat? Oh my god.
Your cat scared you.
Yes. Why did you come up on here?
So, what else should we talk about?
I finally got a cat. Hopefully, or she's purring. Yeah, she's purring. I don't know if you can hear her. Probably not. There you go. I'm just surprised she jumped up on my lap.
Like, I want your attention.
This I don't know about. I don't know what took the spot of this Radio Shack location. So that is a mystery. I don't know what took its place. This I know is still the Levi store. This is because I think Lee Wrangler is like a part of Levi, right? Or am I wrong?
You know, if I had a map, like back in the 90s, the earlier like mid 90s, I was in like high school. They had I mean, Lee is different than Levi's, right? Yeah, right. It's gotta be. No, Levi's, right? Obviously, I don't know my brands here. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Anyway, I was just gonna say there used to be like a really giant Levi's jeans store, like huge, just for jeans.
Because I think so. They had two separate brands in here. So they had Vanity Fair and Lee and Wrangler in the same store, which is odd.
Yeah, well, in this timeline, not my timeline. We didn't have a Deb in my timeline.
I don't remember this store at all.
That looks like it might have been Rue 21. Was
Looks
Rue
like
21
it.
still around? Is Gap
No.
still there? Gap
Gap,
Outlet?
yes. Or no, actually,
Guess?
wrong. Guess is still there. Gap is no longer a tenant at the mall. So it's being occupied, but I think Under Armour, I think.
Starbucks is still kind of by
Yes.
Bass Pro, right?
Yes. This
And there was like a leather shop.
There was?
Yeah, there's like a leather shop. You could like I think buy like all these different kinds of leather belts and these leather vests and with tassels and stuff, I think, at one point. And you could get things custom done. I don't know. The 90s. Yeah, where they had like a kiosk that you could like get your name written on a piece of rice and then they put it in this little tiny vial with some oil and then seal it
Really?
shut and you could wear it as a necklace. That was like cool.
What have I been missing out on? Holy smoke.
You never heard of that?
No. Like, I mean, like, at least where I work right now, at the lodge, we have a engraving machine for like little like leather like bracelets. That's the only thing that I know. But other
no,
than
this
that,
is like a whole TAM kind of thing.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then we had a store where they had all the stuff that you could get like engraved. So like
Mhm.
it had everything that you would get engraved. You would buy that and then buy it from them and then pay them to engrave it for you too and pick it up in like a week.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
I
was
did
not
not
like
know that
it wasn't
actually.
instantaneous. They didn't have like lasers then.
Right. God, I miss Toys R
I never
Us.
knew they had a Toys R Us outlet in the mall.
They did for a while, and then I think they closed it. I think probably right during the time of the closure.
Yeah, because I always went to the Toys R Us that was the
Like the big actual
standalone.
like yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
because
now an Ashley furniture store.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
and
Corporate America.
yeah, I take my kids to their like Lego build like once a month or something like that. They would have like a Lego build, and it was the first however many, and you got to keep it too. It was cool.
Really? That I don't remember. I remember like when my family and we would go every other year or every year almost. I think it was every other year we would go. but we would go mainly just to get our lunch boxes and backpacks for back to school season
Go where?
to
The
the
mall?
Toys R Us.
Gotcha. Well,
Yes, I have my notepad because
I
I
was
will forget what I'm gonna write down.
I was an overindulgent parent who liked Legos more than their children did.
I I remember I got a Lego set one year. It was 2014, so I got a Lego set for Christmas 2014. I just let my mom and her friends build it for me because I wasn't one to sit there and do it myself because I'd get impatient and I get super like easily frustrated. So that's when I'm like, oh, I'll have the grown-ups build it for me, I guess.
That's funny.
Also, self-promotion, I guess. You can call us on the number if you want to get voiceover or web design services made, even though the website and the number are already listed on all of our official channels online. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know why you are either. I'll allow it.
Torrid. I know. No, Torrid is moved. Torrid has moved to another area of the mall. So Torrid is still around.
I don't like Torrid any. I don't know if they came back, but like I liked them when they were like punky, more like edgy.
Emo.
Yeah, emo, with ripped up sweaters and
Like boyfriend jeans, maybe.
and I don't know, just and like short skirts and thigh highs and like it was like kind of gothy. It was more like that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turned into I don't know, like edgy businessy. I'm a young 20s, like I don't know, want to look professional. I don't know what.
Yeah. I know right now they're actually holding auditions for their next model. They're actually holding auditions, and I told my mom and my sister, I was like, you guys should do it. And my mom was like, do you think they want me being like plus size and everything? I'm like, yeah, I would think so. Like
It says it right on their sign.
yep. Well, at least in here, I know they don't. It just says Torrid on their signage now at the storefront.
Torrid was always the plus size. It was like so like Hot Topic clothes like only went up to a certain size, and then so for like for girls or females or any whoever wanted like that certain kind of fashion item, but at a larger size, they would shop Torrid. It was just like the bigger size Hot Topic. You didn't know that?
No, I know Hot Topic now has.
Like they might have separated ways at like quite some time ago, but like way back in the day, that's what it was. It was like for the big gals, you were Torrid, but it was just like an offshoot.
That I did not know at all. I will be honest.
I don't know.
I'm like trying to fix everything, at least here on my screen.
Do they have a
Build a
games
bear.
workshop?
Huh?
They used to, a long time ago, they had a store called Games Workshop.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In entrance A, by Sports Authority,
Mhm.
and it's kind of a V shape, and you would go left like you were going to Gloria Jean's Coffee. I don't even know if that's still there. Back then, Finish Line was that way. There was a hippie shop that way. Yeah, well, you could get incense. I got like a Nine Inch Nails band shirt.
Oh, I love Nine Inch Nails.
I mean, this is like what? This is like 1994, 93, 94.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even born yet.
Aw. Yeah, yeah, Nine Inch Nails shirts, some different kind of just different fun items. It was cool.
Keep in mind, y'all, Nancy and I still banter out usually even off the pod.
Yeah, I know, right? We still find things to talk about.
Yeah. You're more wiser than I am. Holy smokes.
Wiser? No, I just have more
Yeah.
years. More years. But
More years.
yeah,
More
there
years
was
to conquer the world.
yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Games Workshop and they would have Warhammer, which is making a comeback actually. And so Games Workshop sold mostly all Warhammer. They had walls of like Warhammer stuff. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I think it's making a resurgence, Warhammer, this game. You like basically like you build your own like you know how people do trains and like the Lionel train junk and like the sprinkle the little sand for the rocks and the fake grass and like get all
Mhm.
crazy like that, and then they
Yeah.
get their little metal characters and they hand paint them and do all the detail work and all that stuff, and like they build their armies and they do like a full on siege, like you have a big table and you play.
Is this like the store you're talking about?
Games Workshop, yeah. Yeah, I had a friend that worked there, and you answer the phone, and he'll be like, "Thank you for calling Games Workshop. This is Dan speaking. How may I help you today?" But
There's
yeah, Games
so
Workshop.
many
It was like right,
different images I have pulled
right
up.
there. Yeah, there, and the manager's name was Drew at the time in like 1990, 2000, and he had the hots for me. He asked me out on a date.
Early crush.
Yeah, I don't know. See,
This store's
I was
still
like,
around.
I don't know if I want to be with somebody who like spends a lot of their time and money on this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I ended up with someone who like would play Call of Duty till like 4 in the morning. What's the difference? What's the difference? Same thing.
What did I do?
I don't know. You've been
I don't
jangling with
like
that thing all night.
Call of Duty though. I suck
COD
at it. I think this is now a restaurant now, if I remember correctly.
restaurant?
Yeah, I think this is where the bubble tea stand is. I think.
Bubble tea or like boba tea?
Yeah, it's like the boba stuff.
I don't like it.
It's not really my thing. Not even like the tapioca ones. I don't like. I'll take like the strawberry boba, like if I'm getting like a fruity actual like refresher. But like milk tea, not really my thing.
Well, I think those balls,
Balls.
those balls, those balls, they didn't taste very good.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
They didn't. I had never had a boba tea before, and I had one a couple months ago, and I had drastically changed like my like so I barely have sugar at all.
Right.
So things that are like a normal sweet for you are super 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 sweet for me. Like, wow, you know. And I remember trying it, and everybody else is just like, is this good? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like way too sweet. It was like so gross. I was
Yeah,
like
because
so
I always
grossed out.
say I feel like there's like cat hair flying everywhere.
Probably.
um, but I feel like though a lot of people, and I say this even for me, a lot of people have different like I guess sweet tolerance.
I used to shop in there off Fifth. Nice.
I forgot.
Sorry.
Is that was Saks off Fifth Avenue? Was it like a luxury store? I guess because I always thought it was more for like people who had money, who had like
Yeah, yeah.
boatloads of money to spend.
Well, I mean, you're at a outlet mall, so I mean anybody can shop at outlet mall. I would say so. That's kind of a stupid thing to phrase, but yeah, it was basically like kind of like a big city department store, like couture, like kind of like their daily couture kind of thing, but like maybe a couple seasons late, and it would end up there, or it was like last year's stuff, because they're always, refreshing every season, down on Michigan Avenue and, you know,
Right.
all that stuff. So like the off season and old season stuff would end up at places like that, and it was still pricey, but sometimes you just found like a magical piece, like item. Like I remember one time I found this dress that was just amazing, and it was so unique. I hadn't seen it before, and it fit like a glove, and I bought it, and very well made. Because that's the thing too. So, I mean, I don't have like bougie clothes or anything like that, but
Right.
more than not, higher price clothing usually is usually made better and lasts longer. You heard the phrase fast fashion? Fast fashion. Like what shop like at Rainbow, Route 21, Old
Yeah.
Navy. I mean, no, you
My
can make
mom
clothes last if you
loved shopping at Rainbow.
wash them correctly and, you know, things like that. But certain things just like last longer.
Yeah, and even for me, like right now, I have a trench coat sitting in my closet that I bought from H&M last year. I have not been able to even wash it for like a few months, only because I don't know how to wash it. But then after doing some research on like the tags, is that I have to go get it dry cleaned. I'm like, I don't want to get it dry cleaned because then they're gonna charge me more than what I'm paying. Because when I call the local dry cleaner, they're like, yeah, it's like $20, and I'm like, and when I read the reviews, they're like, yeah, they charge me like $80, and I'm like, yeah, no,
Well,
I'm not trying to get scammed out of $80 just to get a freaking trench coat dry cleaned.
I mean, what dry cleaners do you have by you? Like the one that I use out by me is like it's called CD1, CD, I think, and then the number one, or I don't. And they're pretty reasonable. I mean, I
Because I
wouldn't
know,
take like something, I don't know. I've used them, and they've haven't done me dirty.
it done me dirty.
They haven't done me dirty, and they're very affordable and friendly, and it's clean, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they have that around where.
I know there's like a data cleaners, a data
Mm-hmm.
cleaners. There's a few dry
It's
cleaners
probably like that.
over towards Northridge
Gonna get cozy.
Drive, I think. I think Northridge Drive, over close to where Six Flags Great America is. So right around there. It's right around there. I know that for a fact. It's
After
where like
94?
I think it's over on Grand, so it's by the Grand entrance.
Okay.
I just don't know what
Do you remember
street.
when they had a Krispy Kreme by there?
No, actually,
There was a
that
Krispy
I
Kreme right by Chuck E. Cheese.
that I didn't know until like a few, like 2 or 3 years ago, when somebody told me, it's like, yeah, there used to be a
I had a
Krispy Kreme
friend
there, and
who
I'm
was a
like,
nut. She
no,
was a nut. She was a nut. I did not know a thing about Krispy Kreme. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm like, I don't even care to know what this hype is or anything. And she was just crazy emphatic and just loves Krispy Kreme so much. And she was telling me that like when they make a fresh batch, the light goes on. There's like this
yes.
light that would go on, and like her and like everybody she knows, like when they would go there, they would just wait for the light to go on to get the fresh ones. I'm just like, wow, okay.
Also, I encourage those who, I guess, who are into like autobiographies, who want to get into voice acting and acting in general, read this book. It is by my good friend Rob Paulson. You might know him from Animaniacs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
Animani,
Jimmy
totally insane.
Neutron. Mind you, like Rob and I met 3 years ago over Zoom, but he's a great guy though.
Oh, I remember watching Animaniacs. They were annoying.
That is true. Yeah, Yakko and Wacko were more like the zany ones compared to like Dot.
Yeah. I just was like so much like chaos at school. I wanted to come home and just be able to like zen out. And my younger siblings, like my brother, he's a year and a half younger than me, and then my sister 5 years younger than me. So like they were like really into that, and I would just be like, no.
So you got.
But it was a good show. It was definitely a good
I
show.
loved it.
I mean, when I wasn't overstimulated from a day of school, I could totally
Right.
handle it.
I know almost all of the innuendos in the actual show itself. I didn't get them then. Some of them I get now, some of them I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like they're obviously made to fly over the kids' heads.
They are. And now it's like you can't do that or else it's like cancel culture or you're trying
Yeah.
to, you know, sexualize, children's programming or, like family
Right.
things. It's like, no, that's not actually true. I don't know. Jeez. I think we said we weren't going to talk about politics. We're not. What was that?
Always a censor beep. I just wanted to test it, make sure it worked.
Well, we're
Yay. Oh, that's an old Dippin' Dots logo. That is actually pretty cool. Right there by the Neiman Marcus.
crap, Neiman Marcus. Yeah. I don't even think I've ever had Dippin' Dots before, ever.
I've had a few of the Dippin' Dot flavors, at least from where I've worked at Great Wolf. The only ones that they have there are very lackluster. They've got the banana split, cookie dough, cherry and blue raz, icy, Oreo, and rainbow.
I think that's pretty much, yeah.
The icy one tastes like literal Robitussin. It's
Yum.
gross. And
I
I'm
love
like,
that stuff.
I don't want to. I don't want it tasting like as if I'm taking a cough suppressant, which I'm not. I just want a sweet treat, not a cough suppressant.
I'm weird. Like, I know that, like, Robitussin can be abused and stuff. And
Right.
so,
Oh
like, I
yeah,
didn't
this
mean it like,
Starbucks is still there.
is it?
Yeah. Well, this is from 2012, but it's still in the same spot. Skechers is in the same spot.
Is that PacSun?
Probably here.
Around the corner, like around the side there. Yeah.
Here's
I
the
remember
Claire's though.
before it was PacSun, it was Pacific Sunwear. And the sign it actually said, I think, Pacific Sunwear. Like,
So they
I never
probably
called
just
it,
shortened the name then.
PacSun. We always called it Pacific Sunwear. All those Pacific Sunwear.
Hey Nancy, you should do this.
No.
You should.
No.
No.
Or 6'7", 6'7", 6'7",
God.
6'7".
What are your thoughts on kids saying that nowadays? Just saying, like, coming up to you and being like 6'7", like just in general, like kids in general, just saying that.
Why would kids keep coming up to me?
True.
No, my kids have told me about it. I've heard about it. I have friends that like work with younger kids, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I've heard mixed reviews.
Because today, at least when I was working this morning, I had two kids come up to me and they just kept saying 6'7", 6'7".
I
I'm
guess
like,
the
what?
answer. I guess you're supposed to say 41.
I had one kid actually say that, and the other one just said 37. I'm like, what? Or no, one of them said 31 or something like that. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, and you'd
Like
be like
it's
41.
and it's like and then they'll go with start saying, like, they're not saying Sigma, Skibbity, or Ohio, Riz, whatever. They're not saying that anymore, but now they're just saying 6'7". I'm like, stop saying random numbers.
Or they'll be like, "You're dusty."
What? What the? They're
Like,
dusty.
You're dusty. Like you're old. Like you're like I don't know, last season's fashion. You're like
I find it funny that for me being almost 21 years old, I've had kids call me an unk because I'm over the
Yeah,
age
I
of
got
18.
unked. I got unked.
How am
UNC.
I an unk?
I had to Google it.
Is it just me or I miss this version of the food?
Yeah. And I remember there was like stuff on the tabletops, and then covered in epoxy resin.
Really?
Yeah. It was like designs or something or whatever. And it was like epoxy resin coated over the top.
Macy's coming in
See, you don't even
2013.
have good
When y'all
pictures.
replace the
I want to see these pictures, man. 102.3 WXLC.
and now it's
Nice.
all just country music.
Yeah, that was it was like that and then 95.1 Will Rock, Q101. Yeah, those were pretty
Because
much.
then at first
And
they announced it
93.7.
was Star 102.
Yeah,
To
Star
coincide with
102.3.
Star 105.5. Now it's literally just free country 102.3, and I'm like, pick a lane.
Yeah.
Like, quit changing genres.
And B96, the Killer Bee. Eddie and Jobo
Yup.
in the morning. That was in the early 90s. Eddie and Jobo in the morning.
Does that morning show it still around or not anymore?
No, like that was a long time ago. And they got kicked off and then came back and kicked off and came back or something like that. And then now Eddie is on W or 105.5. Eddie and a
Because at
girl.
first it was Eddie and Hannah B.
Yeah, Hannah B. Hannah B's not there anymore?
I know she's doing a lot more of like the free country stuff.
Oh, okay. But
I
yeah, so
know.
that's Eddie from Eddie and Jobo from like 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 96 when they would have like DJs at night and we would have our double cassette player and we would like record things and like we would do things where we would record songs from the radio and like be ready as soon as the song started.
I wish.
And
Well,
then
I
as
know
soon
there's a
as the
way to
song
do that
started,
now.
you push it down so you could have it for yourself.
I was gonna say that's like one way of downloading music.
That's what we did. I mean, and then you would have your own like little mixtape. Or you went to the mall and they had Sam Goody. Like they had CDs and tapes, cassette tapes you could buy. Yeah.
I remember my mom's first car, which was a Honda Odyssey. I can't remember the year the car came out. I just know it was a Honda Odyssey. I just don't remember what year it was. It had a cassette player in there, like built into the radio. It had a cassette player, and I'm like, even now I'm like, I wish we had like some kind of like tape recorder.
Oh, I
If
have
that
one.
to like grab like a blank cassette and like record on that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I've got cassette players. I've got cassettes.
I'm
I've got
surprised
a couple
cassettes are
Whitney
not a
Houston
thing anymore.
cassettes.
I'm like trying to like I don't know where I'm at today.
Wow. I'm just going with the flow, man.
That is true. I still remember this like ride or like simulator thing.
No, back in the day, those were all restaurants when I was
All these were restaurants.
all restaurants, all the way around.
You. I think they brought the store back.
I don't even know what it is.
It looks to be like a women's clothing store.
That was the Rainforest Cafe.
The old Marshalls and Home Goods sign. I love this more than the new one. That the Rainforest Cafe is still going strong actually. The animatronics are somewhat broken.
I was wondering if if that was always a big draw, is the crocodile that would come out of the water.
Yes.
Back in the
Now
day, it
though
was really
he's super. I wouldn't say the animatronic figure is not really static. It still moves. It's just in terms of its actual like the pneumatics in there. they have to get replaced, or they have to probably like fix like the mouth clevis in there as well, so that way it works.
But
Because
when
right
it
now it
was
doesn't even
new,
open.
when it was new, it was wild and crazy. It was cool to stand in front of it.
You're clearly wanting attention. So come up.
Clearly, I mean, we only have 12 and a half more minutes. Mills means more. Macy's.
No, it does not mean more. You guys remodeled the damn mall.
Yeah.
This, I still wish we had
Yeah.
the Serpent Safari. I wish we still had that. Because I feel like kids today either will want to do it, like if they're like those like adventurous type of kids, or they're gonna like crap their pants.
Yeah.
Because I know not a lot of kids are really like into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know if I think I might have gone on the little tour thing once or never, but I know we would always go in there and look at the little snakes in the that you could buy,
Mhm.
or like tarantulas or scorpions you could buy.
Tarantulas are ones that I would be so afraid of,
And
especially tarantulas. I'm not really
that's probably
biggest
where they
fan of
made their
tarantulas.
money, is from selling animals.
They got rid of the freaking giraffe
They
that was out
did.
here. At least the one out here by Rainforest. I
That
think
was
it's
epic.
still out by the entrance towards where the Alpha Media Studios are. I
Mhm.
think it's over there now, or they probably took it out completely.
See, you got to look up pictures at some point of just like what it was like when it first opened, and check that out. I mean, because
Bernie
you said you
Mills,
wanted to live in the 90s.
that is
It
true.
opened in
I don't.
August 8th of 1991. But yeah,
Let me see if I can find.
it'll be like Avery in the Malls Part 3 next time.
Because there's one image by Rory McCarthy Design. This is dating. This is Gurney Mills Mall, Gurney, Illinois, of 1990. So I don't know if this includes images of like the stores themselves.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, I remember that.
Whoa, that is extremely different.
I told you it's a freaking rabbit hole, man. Oh yeah. See, that's the beginning. That's like where it really opens up, and I was telling you about that really weird kiosk that was like really long, and it would have like all these troll dolls
Mhm.
and those like other kind of goofy dolls and stuff is right there, man.
Right here
No, where
or right over here?
yeah, that. It was like a big long oval.
Is that supposed to be like the? I think these are just blueprints.
Yeah. Because yeah, so in like part of that center there was where they could, if they wanted to have like a magician or something like that, or some kind of like somebody come and visit the store or the mall rather, they could open up this wall and make it into like step bench chairs.
Like those like pillars that you could like sit around.
Something like something like that. But I mean, I think so when this mall opened in 91, I think it was probably finishing up where people like teens would go to malls to see like their favorite, you know, I don't know, guy star or something, from Teen Beat magazine, or like a from like a kids show or something like that. And so like you would
Mhm.
go to the mall, and it would be like this big thing where the malls would be like packed full of young teeny boppers. Just imagine like if Backstreet Boys had come to a mall and they announced it in advance, or New Kids on the
Yeah,
Block, and for like
that'd be
a meet and greet type of thing. But that's what there was a lot more of that in the 80s. And so I think they set aside a small space to be able to have something, if that were to like kind of trend that way more again. But I think it was Dunzo.
because I know at least I know for like the stage itself. I know they use it now for. I know they still use it for like events. So like if singers are coming or like notable figures are, doing any pop-up events there in the area, then they will use the actual stage itself. At least from what I've seen on social media. Oh, that store still exists and I love it.
Yes. Value City. So before Value City was Value City Furniture, Value City was like it was like a TJ Maxx.
And with like just like regular department store stuff, I
Yeah,
assume, right?
like clothing, shoes. I mean, you could get your like Adidas, Nike, like a couple years later. Like, TJ Maxx like buys, a few years old stuff or, in bulk or however they do it.
Mhm.
And yeah, Value City used to be the same way.
Oh,
Shoes, purses, belts,
I
clothes,
actually did not know that. Actually, that's actually pretty interesting to know.
houseware
I did not know
stuff.
that.
Yeah, dishes. They didn't have a Sears when I was youngerish.
Oh, this is way after the remodel, see? They completely ruined it.
Yeah.
Sure, like they still kept like the signs, the overhead signs, and some
I
of
did go in
Crazy 8
there.
I think is no longer there.
I did go there like probably a year ago. I mean, obviously I went there to go see Terrifier 3, but we didn't go in
Mhm.
the mall. I went a different time with a friend and we went into like this crystal shop that's by the stage. And it has like kind of hippie to be, like crystals and metaphysical stuff and different
I
things
was
like that.
thinking more of like Earthbound. I know there's like
It
Earth.
might be that. That might be what it's called. And they bought from the old original owner of like the Black Cat or something like that, the big cast iron tub that used to have all the
Oh,
polished stones in it. I think because I was talking
oh,
to the owner. But yeah,
this is different now than what like that previous than like this.
and I think that there was also like at a later point there was like a Auntie Anne's like pretzels. If it was that, I think it was that one. I don't know.
Yeah, there's the anti-ants over here. But
Yeah.
that little outlet here that used to be the Sprint store, which is now
Before that, it used to be like I think like hats or magazines or something like that.
huh.
Yeah, it was something weird. And then everything beyond that was like restaurants. And I
I
think
noticed that they took the carousel out too.
that's what it's like now.
All
Well, not
boring
Sears, but
and Ruby Tuesday's gone.
Nike.
They don't do this anymore where they have like those little like signs of the store name underneath.
Oh my
That's so
gosh, I
weird that they don't
remember
do that anymore.
Nautica.
They're still around. Actually, they're over by that second food court, the one over towards Marshalls and Home Goods.
That's the
So
one
they're
that used to
still
have that
around.
like laser floor game thing, like video game, where you like,
Is it by like the dining? I know the dining area had like this big like floor. I don't know if it's the same one you're talking about, but this big like floor. But you could like interact with it.
yeah,
But it was like
that's what it
LCD
is.
or LED screens, I think. Funny enough, like I guess funny story, I should have mentioned this. So this was probably like almost 10 years ago, if not 11 years ago ish. Um I remember when my family and I, so me, my mom, my sister, and my uncle, we all went to the mall
Your uncle,
and huh?
your uncle.
Yeah. So we went to the mall and I think if I remember correctly, we got food. So as I'm eating later on, so after everybody else is still eating, as we're about to get up to leave, I ended up throwing up on the floor.
And that's how we
Yeah.
ended, folks.
And mind you, like my mom and my uncle were like, "Yeah, you could have gone to the bathroom." But here's the thing: even like as a kid, it was hard for me to like time that. I guess to like time to see how long it's going to take me to run to the restroom to just do
We're
that, or even
pros.
like yeah. it's like, I don't know, like, even now, like, as a kid, I don't know how it took me that long to realize that. Like, I used to have situations like that all the time as a kid, but now, not anymore, which is good.
See, when I knew I was getting sick, I would just like, I hate throwing up. I hate throwing up so much. And sometimes I think I have this magical power where I can will myself to not throw up, but I think that's just luck. There's other times where I felt sick and I knew that my body needs to just expel whatever, you know, and I am just like wretched, just like, ugh. And I've just expedited the situation and just like made myself start the process of like, getting rid of the toxins or whatever
Right.
was making me sick so that I could just start healing faster.
Did you notice anything different from today's episode, though? Like, the video quality has changed?
You're not as choppy.
Yeah. So, with Riverside, obviously the only downfall, I guess, for any services or softwares that we use here, like Riverside, StreamYard, those were obviously, if you want to take advantage of like higher quality recordings, 1080p, 720p, or 4K. Only downside is always really just being billed $29-$40 a month for those kinds of subscriptions. Even for me who like values that all the time in the content that I provide, like for example, like our podcast, I don't mind doing that all the time because it's like it's a service that we use every other week when we record. But that's the cool part, I guess. Like from like right now, even then I can. Oh no, I don't have the ability to do that right now. But I can change the video quality from 1080p to 1080 or even up to 4K. But I think for this one I ended up choosing it to be in 4K. I guess.
Is that why I look like crap?
Nah. I think
Liar.
yours right now, at least on here, it's showing as CP. That
Yeah.
I don't have any control over. I'm not able to
Well,
change
it's my
yours.
old laptop.
Do I dare spoil the upcoming episode that we're in production for?
I think that you should get some hype out there.
So, as I knock over a can of pop,
Ooh,
empty
sticky.
though.
Lucky.
So, Tuesday, October 28th at 10:30 a.m. Central, Nancy and I are going to be interviewing JP Lambiase. He is a former YouTuber and he is a comedian. You might know him from his YouTube channel, Healthy Junk Food, whom he starred with Julia Gulia, who he starred along with, and has now, cross paths into the comedic industry or comedian industry, I guess.
Cross-pollinated.
Something like that.
That's what they call it.
So keep an eye out for that episode. Hopefully should be releasing by Wednesday, the 29th. Fingers crossed.
Whenever Avery gets around to it.
Pretty much. But also keep an eye out for the episode with Mr. Low Notes as well. Working tonight to honestly just get that released. Bits and like clips and tiny bits are going to be released throughout tonight as well, so we can get those out. But really just keep an eye out there for that for those two episodes.
Or near.
Or near. That is true. If you're
Keep an ear
listening to
out.
us on Apple Podcasts or other platforms, you may not see the video format. The only way you can view it is if you are on Spotify, YouTube, or sometimes if you are on Facebook, because we do that there. But it's really like a once-in-a-lifetime thing that we do it there.
But
I'll
we
be honest.
do have such lovely voices. So if you can't watch us, I mean,
You can hear us.
It's really still a treat to be able to listen.
Yeah, I know
Sweaty
tonight's
balls.
episode has been everywhere. It's our episode today has been everywhere, but that's like the fun of it. Today, I kind of decided, you know what, we're not going to do anything.
That flew over your head.
Like, they honestly did. I don't know what he did. That's where I'm like, it flew right over my head.
That SNL show skit that they do, the radio show with the females, and they're like, So tell us about your sweaty balls.
I didn't even realize. My
Because I was
God.
talking about, like, oh, if you can't see our faces, you can listen to our voices. They're so nice.
Oh, that is true.
And I snuck that in there. See, maybe if you're a little bit older. What?
That young either.
Okay, fangirl.
But in all honesty, today's episode was really just all over the place. We didn't
Yeah.
really.
That's for better and worse.
Yeah, it's like we try to also do our research on topics, but it's like, who
We're
does
gonna
that anymore sometimes?
not the interview, but our next time that we cause some shenanigans together, let's do like we'll like kind of do a theme. We'll
Mhm.
and like do a deep dive and like some comparing, like something scandalous and interesting for the listeners or viewers or
Or
listeners.
because I was gonna say, honestly, keep an eye out if we talk about John Wayne Gacy at any point. Keep an eye out for that,
Yes.
because like that
I think
again,
I
that's
just
still
wanna
an
use
interesting
this
case.
radio voice.
That's like an interesting case to think about.
I think it's been talked to death, but I don't know. I think
I
they
will
did tear
say
the
I
house
might
down.
have to find some like creepy or eerie background music to do that for that if we ever do that kind of episode in the future. Is to find some like creepy or eerie soundtrack to play on top of our voice tracks,
Yes.
because then it adds to the mood. It
Like
sets
kind
it
of like a
sets the
drippy, like cellar, like stone cellar
yeah.
kind of creaky sound. Yes, with wind in the background and lightly.
That would work. Also, you guys can visit us at ljentertainmentmedia.com as well. You can listen to our radio show there, or our podcast can be listened to there as well. There's hopefully my team and I can work out and put a Spotify button there. Honestly, or just import all that stuff to our website so you don't have to go behind a paywall, because Spotify makes you go behind a paywall. And I'm trying to do this for free so that y'all don't have to pay my team and I like $4 a month for it. Unless you want to, of course, but not obligated. You're not obligated to do that. I don't want your money. Because why would I want people's money? I'm not a charity. But in all seriousness, thank you again, Nancy, for joining me on tonight's episode. It's always fun to actually get to banter with you on, or to like, honestly, cause shenanigans. It's always fun to do that.
Yes, it is.
And again, like you're actually doing pretty good at this. Honestly, it's been 3. This is like our 3rd episode now.
Yeah.
I think like 3rd one. And honestly, you've been doing great.
Thanks. I've been doing a little practice with my lives.
That is true.
Yeah.
But it's honestly I just like that, because like someone, like even for someone who's never done that kind of thing before, even live streaming or like doing podcasting, I feel like it comes naturally to them after that. It takes them a while, then it comes just naturally. Like
Probably.
like I always say, like, don't think of it as that you're in front of a camera. Like for example, you and I are just conversing
We are.
like remotely.
Sorry,
I would say.
everybody.
So we're conversing like remotely, but it's also kind of to like, so that way you don't feel that stage fright that millions of people are listening or watching you, because in reality it's just a recording, I guess. That's the way I put it. Like once it goes like public, then that's where like people can, rate it, put their little comments in there. I even check them usually on like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, because I have access to them.
I don't. Let me know if I said something wrong.
What I can do, I can give you access to it. So
No.
we'll work on that.
I've got enough going on that I try and stay away from the internet that we're not going to talk about.
Yeah.
Unless if you know, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Dang it! I was gonna do the more you know meme, like that GIF where it has like the little star.
Yes, the NBC. The more you know, the more you grow. Yeah.
But anyway, I like should have already ended the episode, but I'm like,
we all over the place.
Yep. But as just a final reminder, Our interview with JP Lambiase is Tuesday, October 28th at 10:30 a.m. It will also be live, I think, on either YouTube or Facebook. So if you want to catch us live on the air.
Oh, so I can't say anything. I gotta be careful, huh? Or you do.
That is true.
You're the loose lip sink ships guy.
Sometimes.
Today times. Yeah, I know. I forgive you
It
already.
happens.
I know.
Yay. Also, everyone, show some love to Nancy as well. I can't do it. Show some love. Again, thank you all for listening, and catch you all later, Gators.